Welcome to another episode of Historical Markers. Today we're in Marion County, Tennessee. We hope to finish today, and we will see all the markers down and toward the southern part of this county. And let's see what kind of markers we can find in this episode. This is Captain Robert Beene. Apparently the lower marker has been removed for some reason. Born in Virginia, a captain of the Indian Wars, a companion of Daniel Boone, a Tennessee volunteer, a hero of Kings Mountain, an intrepid pioneer, patriot from 1750 to 1824. Jane Simmons Ralston was born March 27, 1783 in Charleston, South Carolina, died May 12, 1870 in Marion County, Tennessee. She was the wife of Colonel James Ralston, who was born June 16, 1772, Augusta County, Virginia, and died August 7, 1884 in Marion County, Tennessee. He was the representative from Jackson County, Tennessee, to the legislature at Knoxville in 1802, colonel in command, 3rd Tennessee Regiment, Carroll's Division, under General Jackson at the Battle of New Orleans War of 1812, representative from Jackson County, Alabama, to legislature at Montgomery, 1828. Pioneer, settlers, and landowner. This marker talks about the birthplace of Jobyna, Lancaster, Ralston-Arlen, from 1899 to 1967. Born November 21, 1899, Jobyna L. Ralston became a silent movie actress, appearing in more than 90 films during her career. She made her stage acting debut at Wilson Theater Opera House in South Pittsburg at the age of 9. Ralston later studied theater in New York around 1950, where she dropped the letter U from her surname. She became a Broadway chorus dancer, and about 1920 she made her silent film debut in short comedies and starred in some Marx Brothers films. Ralston moved to California in 1922 and began her Hollywood career with Hal Roach Studios playing extras. The following year she was silent comedian Harold Lloyd's leading lady. In 1927, she co-starred as Sylvia Lewis in the first Oscar-winning film, Wings. Ralston ended her career with 2 sound films, and in her last played the lead role in Rough Waters. Married to film star Richard Arlen, she retired in 1932. Ralston died in Los Angeles on January 22, 1967. This marker talks about the Christmas night shootout. In January 1927, H. Wetter Manufacturing Company, South Pittsburgh's largest employee, a unionized company, closed its stove factory. When Wetter tried to reopen with non-union labor, the unions established picket lines. The strike hurt the local economy. High tension between 4 local unions and Wetter not only drove a wedge between employer-employees, but divided residents, politicians, and law enforcement officials. Growing resentment coupled with political rivalries from the last sheriff's race soon led to officer battling officer. The gunfight on Christmas night of 1927 at 3rd Street and Cedar Avenue left 6 officers dead and several injured, bringing national attention to the city. Dead were Sheriff G. Washington Coppinger, Deputy Lorenza A. Hennessy, City Marshals Benjamin Parker and Ewing Smith, and Wetter Guard Orrin H. LaRoe. Police Chief James Conner died the next day. Governor Henry H. Horton dispatched the National Guard to curtail additional violence. James Thomas Fitz-Gerald, Jr., Captain, United States Air Force, 1920 to 1948. Born July 13, 1920 in South Pittsburgh, James Jim Thomas Fitz-Gerald, Jr. was appointed to the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, New York in 1940. Interested in aviation since childhood, he graduated in the first class of Wings at West Point. Assigned in April 1944 to the 8th Air Force in England, he was taken prisoner in August after his plane was shot down over Germany during his 28th combat mission. He was a POW in Stalag Luft III prison until liberated in April 1945. After World War II, Fitz-Gerald, a U.S. Air Force captain and decorated veteran, was assigned to jet-propelled aircraft development at Wright Field in Dayton, Ohio. Transferred to California's Muroc Air Base, Fitz-Gerald piloted Bell's XS-1 rocket plane to Mach 1.1 in his first attempt on February 24, 1948, to become the second man to break the sound barrier. Fitz-Gerald died on September 20, 1948, from injuries sustained in a September 9th plane crash in Van Nuys, California. He is buried at West Point. This is Marion Post number 62. It's been listed on the National Register of Historic Places. And we'll back out and look at the building. This marker is part of the Southeast Tennessee Religious Heritage Trail, and this is Christ Church Episcopal. In 1873, a group of English industrialists known as the Southern States Coal, Iron, and Land Company purchased large tracts of land and set out to develop a town, South Pittsburg. From England, they brought with them a desire to worship in their native Anglican tradition. The first Episcopal services were held in December 1876 under the direction of Reverend H. Sneed, rector of St. Paul's, Chattanooga. The mission flourished. By 1880, the congregation recognized a need for its own church building, having first met in the pattern room of the company's shop and later in the company's chartered school. With the guidance and support of Bishop C.T. Quintard, a building committee headed by Joseph Lodge was appointed. In 1883, the first services were held in the present church. However, the building was not completed until the following year. The bell tower and rectory were added in 1888, followed by the addition of the parish house. Christ Church is known for its architectural beauty, both with its classic white frame exterior and its rich wood panel interior. The altarpiece is especially noteworthy, as are the stained glass windows, most of which were given as memorials. Christ Church Episcopal is listed in the National Registry of Historic Places. And there's the entire building. Hiram Bean Moore, M.D., 1914 to 2005. Hiram Bean Moore was born January 1, 1914, in South Pittsburg. Orphaned by age 10, he quit school and went to work. Appendicitis at 15 sent him to Hubbard Hospital in Nashville, the nearest African-American medical facility. That illness convinced him to become a doctor. Returning to school, he entered 9th grade and was second in the 1933 class at McReynolds High School, a local Rosenwald school. Working summers at Lodge Cast Iron, Moore completed undergraduate studies at Tennessee A&I State College, now Tennessee State University. For 2 years, Moore taught school and worked summers at Republic Steel in Ohio. In 1940, he entered Meharry Medical College in Nashville. Upon completing his MD degree in 1944, Dr. Moore interned at Lincoln Hospital in Durham, North Carolina. Returning home, he opened his practice a year later and treated patients regardless of race. In 1958, Mayor Lew W. Lloyd named Moore as the first African American to serve on the Housing Authority. The National Medical Association honored him in 1964 as General Practitioner of the Year, and the city named Moore Park in his honor. He served on the Lodge Manufacturing Company Board of Directors. In 1999, the city dedicated its clock in his honor. Dr. Moore closed his medical practice in 2002. He died 3 years later on August 9, 2005. This marker's for McReynolds High School. In 1917, no high school for African Americans existed in Marion County. That year, Brown McReynolds led a committee to establish an African American high school. The following year, a school for African American students opened in a rented space. In 1919, a fire destroyed the school. Soon after the school's destruction by fire, County Superintendent D.A. Tate made plans for a South Pittsburg school. Using county funds, Rosenwald funds, and money raised by citizens, a 22-room school was constructed, built by S.W. Hogan in 1921. The school was named in honor of Brown McReynolds, where M.M. Burnett served as principal for 25 years. McReynolds High School educated students in Marion County and North Jackson County, Alabama. On the morning of July 28, 1965, a fire of unknown origin destroyed McReynolds High School. Well, this marker is for Fort McCook on the Chickamauga Campaign Heritage Trail. Obviously, I am not going to be reading this one, as it looks like at least half of it is gone. And there is this big structure over to the left. I do not know if it was part of the fort or part of something else, but it's an interesting structure. It may have been part of a bridge at one time. So I really don't know a whole lot about this, other than it was apparently right here. This marker is for the Bean-Roulston Graveyard. 7 miles west are buried soldiers who took part in every war, beginning with the Revolution. Among these is Captain Robert Beene, credited with significant action at the Battle of Kings Mountain. Is Chiaha. To the south, in the Tennessee River, is Burns Island, formerly known as Lowry's Island. Here at the creek town of Chiaha, DeSoto camped June 5th to 28th, 1540, while 2 scouts were sent north 30 leagues in search of gold. Here is the Spaniards' first found fenced villages. When they left, 500 carriers were furnished them. On the Jasper, Tennessee courthouse grounds is this Marion County honors those who served our country. We go around the various sides. This one has the Korean conflict. See if there's anything on the other side. And the Vietnam conflict. This one is to the sons of Marion County who gave their lives for democracy and the freedom of the world. This marker is dedicated to the memory of the sons of Marion County, Tennessee, who gave their lives in World War II. This is on the courthouse grounds in Jasper, Tennessee. This is the Sequatchie Valley Veterans Honor Guard, and there's a list of all the people that are part of the Honor Guard. Well, thank you for watching another episode of Historical Markers. This was Marion County, Tennessee. We hope to see you in the future episodes. Like, subscribe, and we'll try to find more counties to do for you. And we hope you enjoy each one of these, and so tune in to the next episode.